This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
Rivers are forever. At least we feel they should be. And I grew up beside a long one, the Missouri River, close to the stepping-off point for the Santa Fe Trail. My father and uncle cleared Missouri River bottomland, made a farm, and were working farmers. So in spite of being a white male coming through his middle years, I am, from another point of view, one of a peculiar national minority. Farmers make up less than 2% of our population, and those who come from farm families are not much more numerous. I haven't lived in Missouri since I went off to college. I've lived instead in a string of university towns with interludes in Colombia and Spain. Often I've been mistaken for a city person, and my brother, who stayed to farm, knows full well that I am not of the country. Nevertheless, the country has marked me in ways that may seem slight, but still catch the eyes of university friends, not a single one of whom has been from a farm. Once in Ann Arbor, a friend and I took on some work more concrete than academic. A few peers were returning to the land, to communes and arrangements of that sort. Others were taking up crafts, like carpentry. Today the escape might be to constructing websites, but then it was carpentry, and we were preparing to build shelves for a kitchen supply store. Steve, who was from Brooklyn, had talked us into the job. I could wield a hammer without choking up, rarely hit my thumb, and cut a straight line with a handsaw. Shoes were a problem, however. We would hardly appear authoritative in penny loafers, so off to the store we went. Steve to buy work boots, I wearing an old pair, but tempted to buy new ones. My boots went back to Missouri. During graduate school, I had worked summers building fences in rural Virginia. They were yellow-orange, ankle-high lace-ups with thick cushioned soles and leather strings. They needed a conditioner badly, but the treads were not entirely gone, I saw, once I took a closer look and ran my hand over them. In fact, the more I sat watching Steve try on new pairs, the better they felt. In the end, Steve bought new boots, and I, feeling I owed the store a little something, contented myself with a new pair of laces. We built the shelves, and for years Steve enjoyed reminding me of my unexpected economy. Now, I don't know whether to make much or little of so small a thing. Had I become so inured to years of teasing, dismissal, or just plain lack of comprehension of the country that I shrugged off his amusement? It was good-natured, after all. Had I decided by then that the joke was on him? He's the one who spent 20 times my small investment. How much does background matter to who you are right now, and how much had it determined my choice anyway? In the world I have come to know, an indoor world of classrooms, libraries, computers, and books, a world decorated by yards and gardens, but hardly determined by them, our working-class background has a certain cachet, if kept at arm's length. It denotes the liberal struggle of labor in our past. It denotes a degree of solidarity with those who fought for a share of our well-being. But farming, in spite of the Jeffersonian visions that structured much of our 19th century, became a mystery by the end of the 20th. Were farmers who also owned their land of the working or ruling class? Did it depend on whether they owned a lot or a little? And who drew that line? Farmers worked. Their hands and clothes got dirty, but not all of them. What is an acre, anyway? I can picture 20 or 100 or 430, but ask me to estimate my yard in a fraction of an acre, and I'm baffled too. I know I felt some pride in handling a hammer more efficiently than Steve.